everyone, Tiara here with Gypsyfae Creation. Today's video is a custom soap for a subscriber, Stephanie. She contacted me after watching my Friday the 13th soap. She really liked the colors and the techniques in it. There's a sentimental story behind it for her and her family, but she really likes thunderstorms and it reminded her of her mom. And so she asked me to make a custom loaf of soap to gift to her family for Christmas. So I'm super happy to do that for her today. She designed the whole thing. She sent me a little sketch. It's super cute. Sorry, Stephanie. I'm going to post it in this video. Also, I'm continuing some cruise talk. I went on a Carnival. I went on a Carnival cruise with Bradley in October, and I talked to you a little bit about it before. So first stop was Grand Turk. It was so much fun. If you guys can ever visit Grand Turk, I highly recommend it. Got a few pointers for you when you go. Stay tuned after the video. Typically I post pictures of our trip. If you're interested, look for it at the end of this video. But let's get soap making and make a Stormy Skies soap. That's what I'm going to call it. In the sketch that she sent me, she said she wanted the Stormy Blue as the primary base. So I've got that. And then she wanted it in the pot swirl with light gray. So I've mixed up some activated charcoal and some titanium dioxide. And then she wanted a medium gray. So in here I have some silver mist mica, and it looks a little purple, but when I looked at it in the picture from where I bought it at Nurture Soaps, it looked a little gray. So just in case, I added some pewter silver to it, just in case it decides it wants to be purple, it'll even it out. And then she wanted a mica in oil drop swirl, so I've got some of that pewter silver in with some olive oil. Scent, she said a fragrance that's kind of autumn, leaves, and rain, and I sent her a few different descriptions and choices, and she chose a Stormy Night. And then for the embeds, she said she either wanted a light blue or silver lightning bolt. So I've got those here as well, and I chose light blue just because I feel like the icing, she wanted a light gray and I didn't want them to blend in. So I am going to mix in my lye solution into my oils, and I have just a little bit of soap batter on there from the last soap I made, which shouldn't be a big deal. So let's pour that in and give everything a good mix. Alright, so this has reached trace, and I'm going to split that up into the different containers here. So let's pour in a little bit of the gray, and then some into this bucket. And then into here, I will add that Stormy Blue, and mix all that in. Let's start with that. Alright, and then I'm going to add my fragrance. We'll mix that in, and then we'll start pouring. So let's do our in the pot swirl. So I'll just pour in the colors into this one bowl and give it a little mix. Scrape these guys out. So the first stop of our cruise was Grand Turk. It's part of Turks and Caicos. And we have never been there before. And when we arrived, it was raining. It did rain a couple of the days of this cruise. But when it's raining in paradise, it's better than raining and windy and cold in Maryland. So it wasn't that much to complain about. Rather it be raining in Grand Turk, I guess, because it was still beautiful. Even though it was raining, it was still beautiful. It is so hard to believe, but we got in the water and we had a wonderful time, and I would do it all over again. It was probably the most fun we had on that trip. And it drizzled. It wasn't like pouring down rain. It was just drizzling a little bit. But it was very, very cloudy. We didn't see the sun the whole time we were there. And when you go on a cruise, you don't spend much time in each port. And some people are probably like, well, that's really dumb. Then why are you going on a cruise? And that is because it is all about what you do on the boat. The party is on the boat. And then the stops are a bonus. All right, so I'm just going to pour this into one side. It's really thickening up, which is not the greatest when you're trying to do a mica drizzle. So I'll just start with that. And do a little bit more. Concentrating now. When you run into these problems, it's like, gotta pay attention. I really wanted this to stay more fluid for that mica drizzle in there, but oh well. Alright. Sorry about all the banging, but you need to give this a good whack, especially when something accelerates and starts to thicken up. If you don't give the mold a good whack, you're going to get a lot of air pockets in your soap. Alright, so I'm going to scrape this out and hope that all that mica drizzle just didn't go out the sides. This color of the soap really reminds me of Grand Turks, between the stormy gray skies and the really blue water. I've never seen water so blue. It was like pool water, and it was so warm. It was like bath water. It was so nice. And I'm not one who usually gets into the ocean. I will put my feet in. I don't like not knowing what's around me. If you go to Ocean City here in Maryland, it's like brown water. We don't have that clear water. It's kind of gross. But you can't see what's around you. You can't see the bottom of anything. So I don't like not knowing what's swimming around me or what I'm stepping on. But when you go to the Bahamas, everything is so clear. Alright, so I'm going to continue scraping this out. I'm going to give it a good whack, and then I'm going to get the icing together. Alright, let's get some storm clouds on here. I've got some of my whipped icing ready for the top of it. And a open tip. I'm just going to pipe some dollops on there. Just like that. Another thing I really liked about Grand Turk's water was that there weren't these killer waves that just rolled in and wanted to take you down and drown you. There was gentle waves that crashed at the shore. Very, very gentle. And then outside of that, you could just wade in the water as if it were a pool or a giant bathtub. And it's salt water, so it really helps you float. You could just go out there, and it's not that deep, and just float. I had a pool float, like a raft, in the ocean. I can't even do that on my beach because the waves are so insane that you would just lose your pool raft. So many pluses about Grand Turk and their beaches. I can't wait to go back. It was just a dream. Like, I don't even like the beach like that. I don't get in the water. I don't go to Ocean City, which is 3 hours away, very often. It's just not my thing. But if I had a beach like Grand Turk, I would be there every single day. I would be the biggest beach bum ever. So we did a little research, and if you go on a cruise and they stop in a port, you have the option of doing excursions. And we didn't do any of those this year. We decided just to take it easy and hang out and what's the offer as soon as you walk off the boat. And in this case, perfect, because you walk off and there's the beach and there's the water and you don't need much else. I was very happy with our decision to just take it easy. And we also did a little research to see what was around, and we found, well, Bradley found it. There's a bar and restaurant right on the beach, about a 10-minute walk from the boat, called Jack Shack. And again, right on the beach, so you can eat, you can drink, and then you can just get in the water. Everything is right there for you. They had local jerk chicken that they grill right on the beach. They had conch, which is it's like a snail of the sea. It's in a seashell. It's kind of a mollusk, I believe is the best word for it. If you eat like mussels or clams, it's very similar to that. And they fried up in these little fritters. And they were really good, so we had those. They also had like specialty drinks with like funny names. And we got a couple of those. They gave out free shots of rum. And we just had the best time. So they're also known for their mascot, which is a dog. It is a golden doodle named Topher after Christopher Columbus. And he is not a native dog. He is... the owners, who are from Canada, they moved to Grand Turk and opened up this bar and restaurant and brought their dog with them. And the dog absolutely loves when there are cruise ships that come in. He loves hanging out with the people. He loves digging in the sand. He'll play fetch with you. There's a whole bunch of other dogs that live on the island that are wild dogs. And that is a common thing in the Bahamas and the Caribbean. Wild dogs everywhere that you can play with, and they're all very friendly. So we just had a great old time hanging out with each other and playing with these dogs. And drinking local rum and just floating in the water. Absolutely great time. Alright, this is a really tall soap. And I'm going to put on the Thunderbolt embeds. There we go. Oh, this is gorgeous. I love that gray. And these little Thunderbolts are going to look great on here. One thing that kind of ruined the time was the bartender or waiter tried to get $20 over on me. We split the cash and split the chicken to cash and my credit card between the I think there was probably 6 or 7 of us. And the bartender was like, "Oh yeah, you owe $60." And I'm like, "No, Bradley, figured it out. We only owed $40 on the credit card." And he kept saying, "Oh yeah, $60. So he was really trying to get an extra $20 off of us. But we got it all figured out. And then we almost didn't make it back on the ship. Apparently they were calling our names because we were not paying attention to the time. And the ship will leave you if you do not get on there in enough time. And we were just kind of like having so much fun and just shopping, and you can do shopping. There's a Margaritaville in there with a swim up bar. I don't know, we didn't want to leave. Luckily the ship didn't leave without us, but it was a close one. Alright, I've just thrown some glitter on here. This is a snowflake sparkle glitter. I'm going to let this sit for 24 hours and then I'll come back and we'll cut it up. Alright, the mica drizzle line kind of seeped out of there a little bit.
A smidge.
Just a little bit. So I just wanted to cut off that edge a little bit. Make it look a little nicer.
Just flicking it into the sink.
Whoops. See, it's
That's
better
cool.
now.
I like that.
And murder the plant.
Don't hurt that plant.
Alright. So this is the custom order for Stephanie. She designed this soap. It's really tall. Not that she designed that. I designed it that way. I lost my paper towel. Help.
Oh no.
I found it in the
Okay.
floor.
Alright.
Yeah, she designed this soap and it's in memory of her mom.
Aww.
So she wanted to gift this to her family
That's awesome.
for Christmas. And so I'm just honored that she chose me to make this soap
That
for
is
her.
amazing, yeah. It's really special.
She said that her mother really liked thunderstorms. So when she thinks of thunderstorms, she thinks of her mom. And there's the icing on there, I think really looks like
It is the cumulonimbus
the clouds. So, it smells really nice too. This fragrance did not behave very well.
No.
No.
It's stormy.
So I found a couple quotes about storms and I wanted to share them. I talked a little bit about Grand Turk in this video and how it was rainy and
Yeah.
stormy and it wasn't like paradise, but it was still fun.
But it's still paradise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what the quote I found was, even paradise sees its share of storms, but in the end it's still paradise.
That's right.
And that I just felt like was Grand Turk for us.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the other one is for Stephanie. It was a very sentimental quote. It says, sometimes the greatest storms bring out the greatest beauty. Life can be a storm, but your hope is a rainbow and your friends and family are the gold.
That's right.
Isn't that nice?
That's beautiful.
I love that. That's for Stephanie. What was your favorite part about Grand Turk?
Oh my god. The dogs that I played with, the entire town was there.
Brad's like, I don't need people. I just want to play with the dogs.
I literally just dug in the sand with the dogs and enjoyed the drinks, and the water was phenomenal. I mean, the water was healing, you know, the beautiful salt water. It just heals the soul and the body. It was an amazing experience.
Salt water for the soul.
That's right. I would like to dig with, that's kind of my paradise though, is like just being on an island, digging holes with dogs. With nice friendly dogs. That's it. It's like
The dogs
What
are in
more do you-
paradise. They live in paradise. They're like
Yeah.
people to play with,
Yeah.
food everywhere,
food everywhere. The only thing
water.
the only thing that would help those dogs out would be a veterinarian, maybe.
Yeah.
You know,
Some of them look like they have like
mange. Or
mange. I'm thinking of scurvy.
Scurvy. Well, they may. Not enough vitamin C. Well,
That's
these
for
doggies.
humans.
That's for humans.
And
I love those dogs.
trim up this end a little bit too. Anyway, if anyone has the opportunity to go to Grand Turk, I highly recommend it.
This is very beautiful.
Alright, last cut. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope Stephanie loves the soap and that everyone in her family does. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. New to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Any questions or comments, you can leave them in the comment section down below. And until next time, I hope you have a very nice day and I'll smell you later.
See you later.